Hi, Coach Donna here. Oh, wow, what a wonderful day today. It was very beautiful outside in sunny San Diego. It was sunny in San Diego, so great, right? um, and tonight it's gotten cold, man. What is that? 60-degree crap. I know, I'm from Detroit. So what? I was cold at 60 in Detroit. Anyway, I just got finished working out and wrapped up because I'm a little cold from the sweat. And I wanted to just kind of talk to you guys a little bit about being yourself today, embracing yourself. How many quirky things, how many things do you know about yourself that are quirky? That you try to hide from people, that you try to make disappear, that you don't want anybody else to know about. Maybe that you are feeling like maybe I should be that way, I shouldn't think this way, I shouldn't feel this way. The quirky stuff, like I like ice cream and pickles at the same time and I'm not pregnant. Or like I like to watch black and white movies in the dark on Saturday at 6 o'clock. I don't know. Just the quirky stuff. Like I don't ever want my purse on the floor. Or yeah, that's my quirk. I don't like my purse on the floor. And so people who don't care about their purse going on the floor, to keep going with my example, they will grab my purse, to move it out of the way of whatever they're doing, and they go to put it on the floor. I go, oh, wait, don't put it on the floor. I don't put my purse on the floor. And they go, oh, yeah, no, give it to me. I'll put it in my lap. If it can't have its own seat, it can be in my lap or behind me. I'm cool with that. Just don't put it on the floor. But that's my quirk. And I'm comfortable in my skin with my quirk. And this tonight is about you being comfortable in your skin. Like seriously accepting all parts of yourself. And I think that starts with self-care. I'm sure it starts with self-care. Not I think it starts with self-care. Or not I think I'm sure it starts with. I am positive it starts with self-care. And some people say, well, what is self-care? I work out, I eat right, this, and that. Yeah, but how many times a day do you ask yourself, how are you doing? Do you take a self-check? When your stress level is up a little high and you little attitude, or not even when your attitude, when you're in the middle of a growth spurt and it just doesn't feel good, do you ever stop and ask yourself, how are you doing with all of this? How are you maintaining this facade of you're okay when inside you don't feel okay? How do you reconcile the feeling of not being okay with the understanding that you know that after going through this you will be okay? Do you assess yourself and give yourself that moment to freak out? To let off a little steam? To have a ranting moment? Do you love yourself enough to allow yourself space to just not be perfect all the time? That's self-care. Self-care is looking at yourself and saying, am I really okay? And answering questions like, if I'm not okay, what's really wrong? What's off? And then, how do I correct that? So that I don't have to live in not okay. And what's my reward for correcting it? Because I believe shoes are a wonderful reward. That's just my thing. I have a shoe thing too. But seriously, I believe that it's important for you when you set a goal, when you adjust some stuff in your life to make your life better, that you have a mini celebration and that you really and truly do acknowledge the fact that you've made a big step in your life and you've made a change. Self-care is important. If you know you're not eating right, how will you incorporate the right stuff in your busy day? Like, how do you incorporate that meal that you should have instead of the whatever fast food restaurant that you have? How do you incorporate that? How do you change that? How do you make your body crave the right stuff as opposed to craving some other stuff that might not be good for you? Self-care. Do you rest enough? I mean, do you really, not like, do you sleep enough? But do you rest enough? Sleeping enough is important too. So if you don't sleep enough, you need to work on sleeping enough. And enough is different for everybody, because I know some people that can go stay up until 3 o'clock in the morning and go to sleep and then get up at 6 or 5 at 7 and be, 4 hours are good, 5 hours are good. That's not me. I need 7 or 8 or I'm a little off. But I know that about myself. I can do less. I've done it before, But my understanding of myself has allowed me to place certain barriers on my body. If I don't work out regularly, then after a while I start looking at myself going, oh, look at this. And that is me understanding that that's my quirk. I don't like, and everybody else can see the same exact me and see something different. But that's got nothing to do with me and what I consider my level of self-care to be. That's another thing. Don't let anybody else's level of self-care change or alter or lessen your level of self-care. I have a friend who, we go to the mall, right? Hang out a little bit, Starbucks, coffee, I don't drink coffee, but tea, whatever. And we're chilling, and, oh man, after there's a ladies' room. She's like, oh, we go to, it's right there. No, where's Nordstrom's? Where is Saks? Where is the higher end department store in the mall? Well, you could just go to the regular, no. You can go there if that's you. I'm okay with that. If you want me to go there with you, I'll go and I'll wait outside, and then I'm going to go to Nordstrom's to go to the bathroom. Well, why? Well, because I'll show you when we get there. Well, why? I'll show you when we get there. And the difference is the level of service that I expect around me in situations where I have to use public restrooms. It's nothing, it's nothing bad about regular bathrooms. I mean, if you have to go, you have to go, right? But if you can have a higher standard of comfort, that's my thing. If you can have a higher standard of comfort, then why not have that? Why not? I took her to the different restroom and showed her the difference in the atmosphere and the cleanliness and the busyness and all the other stuff. And on a hot Saturday afternoon in California, the bathrooms are always full at the mall, everywhere except the high-end stores. So it's not a lot of waiting, and it's very clean because not a lot of people use it. So, I mean, that's a tip just from me to you. No charge. But just so you'll know, I mean, my level of self-care is very different, and I'm okay with it being different than somebody else's level of self-care. Why do you have to, take a bath every 2 days? Why? I mean, showers are fine. Why don't you take a bath? Why do you take baths? Why don't you just take showers? My level of self-care is different. I need that. You don't need it. I'm cool with it. I don't let someone else's level of self-care for themselves alter my level of self-care for me. Now, if I'm elevating, that's different. I do pick up new information that helps me to elevate my level of self-care. That's why I started doing yoga. That's why I started making sure that I learned to meditate. Because meditation, even though it seems like it should be easy to just, it's really not. Because you have to quiet your mind and quiet yourself on the inside. And it's not the same as prayer. It's different. So that's why I learned to meditate. Because it's a different kind of self-care. That's why I run. That's why I walk. That's why I do burpees and sit-ups and crunches and crap, because I want to have a different kind of life. And the only way I'm going to have it in my mind is to have a different level of self-care. But at the same time, I allow myself moments to cry, because you have moments when you need to release, and crying is not a bad thing, men or women. It doesn't depict that you are not strong. It actually shows your humanity and gives you an opportunity to let out steam. Tears are made for a reason. And you need to let them out so that you don't have a heart attack or a stroke or have your blood pressure all the way up there because you didn't give yourself the opportunity to release. Self-care is important on every level. Self-care physically is important as well. Intimacy is important. Not just sex, although sex is important. Intimacy is important. You need good relationships where you can be 100% authentically you. And you should be that always. But where you can just let your hair down. My girls, me and my girls. I love my girls. Oh, Eunice, Nisha, Rochelle. I love my girls. Janelle, I love my girls. Because my girls know me better than anybody else. Tanya, Mika, Jennifer. We've been friends. Me, Tanya, Mika, Jennifer have been friends since we were like 6. Robin, we've been friends since we were 5. I mean, and those are my girls. I mean, I can let my hair down. And those relationships are priceless. I don't fool with them, you know? They allow me space to just relate on a different level than I would with somebody I don't know. Self-care is important. So even though I'm all the way across the country, if I need to say hi, I call, I FaceTime, I whatever. And they do the same for me because we need each other like that. Self-care. We go get pedicures together. We have girl moments with Moscato together. We have those things because self-care. And we all understand that. Self-care is important. You got to have a moment that you care about what happens to you. So if you don't have those moments, I encourage you to take them. Make them. Make time for it. You do have time. You are the most important vehicle that you have. Your body, your mind, your emotional health is the most important part of your day, of your life. Not your kids. Kids are great. They're absolutely important. My son is the sunshine of my life. He is my heart beating outside of my chest. But he is living outside of my chest. But he is absolutely not more important than me. Because if I don't take care of me, I can't take care of him. My husband, when I had a husband. Whew. And my man right now. Oh, important. Not more important than me. Love him. Love him. Love me too. But I had to get there. And I understand that all of this might be really big and wide for people sometimes right now at this moment. Because you're thinking, oh my God, I got 3 kids. What are you talking about? I don't have no time for self-care. Yes, you do. You have to make time for self-care. You have to take time for self-care. You have to put yourself as just as high a priority as you put everything and everybody else. Climbing the ladder to success to fall on the floor when you get there won't help you when you're there. If you climb the ladder of success and you push it and you push it and you push it and you get to the top and you fall out from a heart attack, a stroke, or whatever, great, you got there, but you couldn't stay. Self-care gives you the opportunity to maintain. Man, I've been talking a long time. Anyway, take care of yourselves, peeps. It is very, very important. Without you, you can't give anything to the rest of the world because your gift is inside of you. Life in 4G is living in God, living a life of giving, living a life of gratitude, and living unapologetically in your greatness. Take care of yourselves, peeps. Bye.